Hi, everybody.
Happy New Year!
Happy New Year. I'm always the one that talks first.
Well, yeah, if you don't start talking, I don't know we're recording,
That's
and I
true.
get all confused.
That's red means talkie time.
Green means go. Come on.
That's true. It is weird because it's green when it's off.
Yeah.
But welcome to the first ever Best of Horny Creek and Slayer Talk.
1999 came, and we're still alive.
Yeah, it's 2000 though. The 2000s.
Okay, 1999 passed.
What they're worried
And
about.
we are still alive.
What was you talking about? It's 1999 right now. What is going on?
I don't know. I'm still drunk.
Jesus Christ.
What year is it?
It's 1999.
Cool.
Oh my God.
So we decided to start the new year.
No. We're not just going to go past that.
Why?
Are you a time traveler? Have you been lobotomized?
I told you I'm still drunk.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, we still have Y2K to look forward to, Carol. Oh my God! You thought you drank so much that you were in a coma for a year?
I missed a year.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh goodness.
So for those of you that are fans of one show or the other, sorry, but they're both here. You're gonna have to sit through Horny Creek if you like Slayer Talk, or you're sit through.
Or you're slid it up.
We are off the rails. Enjoy these clips. We'll see you next week.
Maybe, if you're lucky.
My God.
Bye.
We'll see you in 2007.
Exactly.
All right, enjoy.
Bye.
Like, wow, everybody. Welcome back to Slayer Talk. And now your hosts, Mark and Carol.
Whoa.
What's up, Scooby? You want a Scooby snack?
Oh yeah, I've got some Scooby snacks right here. Scooby Dooby Doo. Hello everybody. My name is Mark. With me as always is my fiance Carol.
How you doing today, Carol? Hey, what's up? That's how that's supposed to go,
Oh,
sir.
sorry. I forgot my line.
We had a couple of cocktails, so I apologize in advance.
Well, welcome back to Slayer Talk, our Buffy the Vampire Slayer show. It's May 12th, 1998.
I feel like we needed a couple of cocktails to get through.
Oh my
this.
God. To get through Becoming.
Oh, part one. There will be a second part.
There will be a second part tomorrow. I mean, not tomorrow, next week.
I wish it was tomorrow. I can't
Next
stand waiting.
week.
Don't you wish we could just watch it all at once?
It would be awesome if we could
Having
just
to wait and wait. Especially
back
they made
and
us.
forth.
They made us wait like 6 or 8 weeks. I don't even remember how many weeks it has been.
Apparently, Sarah Michelle Gellar is filming movies.
Well, I mean, I know she was in How I Know What You Did Last Summer.
How I Know What You Did Last Summer. That's the parody version of that movie. How I Know What You Did Last. And it's just a guy in a tweed coat sitting in a chair being like, let me explain to you how I knew what you were doing last summer.
Goodness gracious.
She was in I Know What You Did Last Summer
Yes.
and Scream 2.
Yes.
Second time. At the very end of the episode, Giles comes into his office.
Oh, yeah.
and he's
This was
like,
good.
hey, let me talk to you. He's like, if it's about Buffy, save your breath. And he's like, yeah, let her back into school because it's a violation of her rights or whatever. And he's like, no, go fuck yourself. I've got a meeting with the mayor. And he's like, yeah, well, you know, you're pretty powerful here locally. I think I'll just go to the state Supreme Court. How about that?
He also, like, physically threatened him.
Well, he's like, he goes, do you think you scare me or whatever? And then he, like, grabs him by the collar and gets really close to his face, and he goes, do you want me to scare you? It's pretty fucking cold.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. Giles was a cool guy in this episode.
Yeah.
It's very rare for him. But yeah, so I'm sure next episode we'll get to see Buffy at school.
Yeah, probably.
It'll be exciting.
I mean, all of this is to get everything back to normal,
Right.
essentially.
To undo the blowing up that they did at the end of last season.
Right.
Although they can't undo the big blowing up of, Angel going to hell.
Well, they're going to have to do something because he's still in the credits, 1, and 2, he was in this episode.
Yeah, but I mean, that could be why he's in the credits, because he was, like, in her dream. Like, he could be, like, a reoccurring, like, fucking, maybe she'll lose her mind, and he's, like, a hallucination.
Oh, that's actually not bad.
But yeah, she dreamt about him in this episode.
Yeah. Oh, Angel.
They were walking in the sunlight, so it was a dream. But okay, so anyways, now that we've talked about all that, her mother is throwing her this party. And when they show up, like, it's not just her friends, and it's not a dinner party, it's everybody. It's like they invited the whole school or something.
It's weird. It's the Bronze, but
Right.
in her and everyone's drinking. These are like supposed to be high schoolers,
Yeah.
right? Like
And her mom and
Joyce is not worried about this, I guess.
her mom and her mom's friend are just like in the kitchen, like, whatever, we'll just let the kids take over the house and
Yeah.
sit in here and drink. Like, what?
Drink schnapps and champagne.
Why?
Her mom has a book club friend that's over.
Yeah, her mom's a fucking alcoholic.
Yeah, I think so.
She's yelling at her in front of her. She's like, and I've had schnapps.
Right.
Although if she was a hardcore alcoholic, schnapps wouldn't really matter.
Probably not.
They need to stop trying to make creature costumes. This is a show about the Vampire Slayer. Don't bring in fucking fish boys and do shitty costumes and like, I don't know. It's just like, let her kill vampires. That's what I want to watch.
No.
I don't want to watch the creature from the Black Lagoon. And I certainly don't want to watch it try to rape her.
Fish boys. They should have a spin-off. Based on what happened at the end of this. Stop looking at me like that. Based on what happened at the end of this episode, they should have a spin-off called Fish Boys.
Sure.
It's the Fish Boys. Oh, look out, everybody. The Fish Boys are in town.
So in this episode,
Yes.
we have the swim team trying to get to the nationals or the state championship. The state championship.
The World Championships
Nah.
of swimming.
And apparently it's just as exciting in Sunnydale to be winning the swim
The Fish Championships.
the swim championships as it is to be like winning the football ones in Texas, because like
The what? Why Texas? The football ones in Texas.
because Texas is very serious about football.
Yeah.
Saying Sunnydale's very serious about swim.
I didn't know you knew anything about football.
I know that.
And
That's
I
all I
had
know.
no idea that you knew that Texas was big in football.
I don't even know
Football was
how
big
I
in
know
Texas.
that, but I do.
But anyway, so we get a new person in the show.
A new person.
Yeah, she's probably going to join the cast. Based on everything that
Really?
happened, she's probably going to be there for a while.
I mean, so before we start discussing it, let's tell people what the hell's going on.
Before we start discussing the show, let us talk to you about Jesus
Oh my god.
and how you can too achieve eternal life, like some of these vampires. Go ahead. What'd you think of this episode?
Well, I mean, it was depressing as fuck,
Beauty
honestly.
and the Beasts.
Don't you think?
I mean, it's a very not at all shaded allegory for domestic violence. So, yeah, it was pretty depressing in that category.
Right.
I mean, the guy. So it's it's a twist, I guess, but the monster in this episode is a monster, a guy that's. So it's a couple, all right?
Wow.
It's a guy and a girl, and the guy is being abusive to the girl.
Well, we don't know that right away.
That's what I'm saying. It's a twist, so I'm jumping ahead. But he's a monster in the fact that I don't know, his veins get a little bit bigger, but he's a monster in the way that all domestic abusers are monsters.
Sure, but he's like Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde.
Yeah. You know what's funny about that, too, is that book is a twist.
How so?
That's a mystery. It's such a well-known book at this point that people don't realize it, but if you read the book, Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, it's a mystery. You don't know until the end of the book that Mr. Hyde is Dr. Jekyll.
Okay.
That they're the same person. It's just this violence is happening throughout London, and because a chapter will be about like Dr. Jekyll, a chapter will take place from the point of view of Mr. Hyde, and you don't realize they're the same person until basically the end of the book.
Well, that would be that's definitely a spoiler. Like,
yeah, but it's such a well-known spoiler,
right? For sure,
that no one can really read the book anymore and be
surprised.
Yeah, be surprised by that.
Sure, but
it starts out with Wolf Boy.
Does it?
Oh, yeah, with
Oz, yeah.
Sethy Green.
So they're locking him in a cage because it's the full moon, and this is what they do with him every month for 3 nights?
3 days. It's like having his period.
I wish.
You wish you turned into a wolf?
I wish my period only lasted 3 days.
Oh, gotcha.
I mean, I have heard that there are some women that are that blessed.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I didn't realize the full moon lasted 3 days, though.
It doesn't. So the almost full moon, remember from the episode that he turned into a werewolf? Mm-hmm. This is where they came up with this lore that it was 3 days. The day before the full moon, the day of the full moon, the day after the full moon. Those are the 3 days that he turns into a werewolf. And he's like mostly werewolf and not like entirely vicious. The first day, he is complete werewolf, and it's like his most dangerous on the actual full moon, and then the other day is again like not 100% werewolf and not quite as dangerous.
Interesting. So I'm assuming it was the actual full moon when they were afraid something happened.
No, I think it was the last day.
No, because they were talking about it the last day.
Oh, okay, maybe. Sure.
So, but yeah, so it starts out talking about like monsters and it was like the Call of the Wild. Yeah. Willow was reading from the Call of the Wild.
Well, the thing is so it was Buffy was reading it first.
Okay.
It was Buffy's voiceover first, and then it switches to Willow because Willow's the one that actually reading it, which doesn't make a whole lot of sense. But I mean, I guess they just wanted more. They wanted to give more lines to Sarah Michelle Gellar. I guess because it's the show's called Buffy the Vampire Slayer, not Willow the wannabe witch or whatever. You know. So welcome back to a brand new season of Slayer Talk, everyone.
Yay!
My name is Mark. With me, as always, is my fiance Carol. How you doing today, Carol?
Hey, what's up?
Not much. It's been a good week here. It's September 29th, 1998. And we're not going to talk about Buffy this episode. Unfortunately, guys. We've got to talk about Anne.
Okay.
The name of the episode, Anne.
So, yeah, and we can talk about the Scooby Gang.
Okay.
And how they tried so hard to fill her shoes.
They did.
It's ridiculous.
It was funny because, the very first thing that happened... Well, the very first thing that happens is...
What in the fuck was that?
It's a theme song.
I really, really don't think so.
Come on.
Wow.
Late fee 1994 at AOL.com. Does that sound like the theme song? This episode, Principal Snyder is making them all sell band candy.
It's really weird. Like, I mean, it's not weird when you know the whole story.
Yeah.
But it's a weird thing to be like, you're not in band, sell candy for the band.
Well, they open in the mayor's office we just met this guy, and apparently he's the plot lord of the entire fucking show now.
Right.
Because he's like, hey, Mr. Trick, you work for me now. Fucking sell some chocolate for me. He's like, what? Like, I know I'm black, but, I mean, that's pretty stereotypical
Oh my goodness.
to go door to door selling candy for my football team or whatever. Angel has changed from a good, virtuous, helpful character into a terrible, evil, vile character.
Yeah.
And the way that the show marks such a huge sea change in his character, more eyeliner. It's like that's. Did you notice? Like, it looks ridiculous. He's just like, they've ringed his eyes with dark eyeliner.
I did not notice.
I noticed, and I was like, it was like the same visual cues we get from him turning good to evil is the same visual cues you get when your teenager starts to work at Hot Topic. Well, hello everyone. Happy Friday the 13th. October 13th, 1998.
Any black cats cross your path today?
No, not yet. I rarely go out on Friday the 13th.
I know you're so 13th phobic.
Yeah, that's called tristanectophobia, actually.
I knew there was a word for it. And I knew you knew what it was.
You knew it wasn't 13th phobic. My name is Mark. With me, as always, is my fiancée, Carol. How are you, Carol?
Hey, what's up?
Not much. Like I said, it is October 13th, 1998, Friday the 13th, and we've got hope that today is going to be all right. We've got faith that Providence will protect us, and trick
Or
treat.
treats. Of course.
That's the name of the episode, Hope, Trick, or Hope, Faith, and Trick.
So I remember why it's faith.
Okay.
And I remember why
I had no idea where you're going.
why
with that.
it's trick. Mm-hmm. But I don't remember anything about hope.
Hope springs eternal.
So it's just general hope.
I think so, yeah.
Okay.
The hope that Angel will return.
Right.
Well, that dude's last name, was it Hope?
I don't think so.
Brian Hope?
What dude?
The dude that she wanted to have sex with or whatever.
I don't think that she wants to have sex with him.
She wants to
Date him.
She wants to Buster Keaton or something like that, right?
She wants to
That
go
sounded
to the
like
music festival.
Sounded like a sexual move.
No.
Buster Keaton?
No.
What?
It's a Buster Keaton music. It's a performer.
What? What was that word? It's a Buster Keaton music.
They are a performer.
Don't adjust your tapes, everyone. That was.
It's not being
just
eaten.
Carol. Honey, sweetie, are you under the impression that Buster Keaton is a music artist?
Yes.
Like a current day music artist?
I have no idea. Obviously, I'm wrong, so.
Buster Keaton is a comedian from the silent movie era of
Really?
the 1920s. Yeah.
That's what this kid wants to take her to go see?
Yes, he said there's a film festival,
How weird.
park or whatever. Buster Keaton.
What a weird choice for a first date.
Buster Keaton. I barely know her or whatever. How the joke goes. But what if his oh my god,
What?
why didn't they ever do this? The porn version of Buster Keaton from the 1920s would have been Buster Hyman.
Oh, God. That's disgusting.
1920s silent era porn.
You are disgusting.
Someone needs to make this now.
What is
A
wrong with you?
1920s silent
Like,
era
seriously.
porn with Buster Hyman. Where like the house.
Stop saying Hyman.
The house. So one of the big things that he did was he stood there on the spot or whatever. This house collapses that they're building, right? And the wall falls down, and it comes down around him, and he's standing right where the window is. So he's okay because he goes right through that hole of the window. And they actually did this stunt too. Crazy. So the porn version of that would be, I don't know, a tower of women falling down and then the whole, right?
That's disgusting. You just need to fucking stop. Like, seriously. Ladies, don't turn off the tape. I will get him under control. It's okay.
Someone asked me if our show was family friendly.
I hope you said no.
I said, yeah, of course.
Dawson.
Look into his eyes. They're the eyes of a man obsessed by sex. Eyes that mock our sacred institutions. Bedroom eyes, they call them in a bygone day. They're the eyes of a man whose lust knows no bounds.
Well, hello everyone. Welcome back to Horny Creek. My name is Mark. With me as always is my fiance Carol. How you doing today, Carol?
Hey, what's up?
Not much. It's been a good week here. It is December 16th, 1998. Brr, everybody, it's cold.
Yeah, it is. It's cold. It's snowy. It's beautiful.
It's about almost Christmas time. And as a Christmas gift, John Wesley Shipp, a.k.a. TV's The Flash, a.k.a. Dawson's dad, gives Dawson's mom an early Christmas gift.
I thought you were going to say as a Christmas gift, he takes his shirt off, because he does.
Yeah, I guess that's a Christmas gift to you, huh?
It's a Christmas gift to all of us.
Yeah. Oh, you're speaking for all of womankind, I take it?
Well, and some of the boys.
Yeah, I guess that's true. That's true. Now that I think about it, like probably 75% of the audience of this show was very happy about this.
Exactly.
Dawson.
So, Dawson's Creek.
Dawson, the kiss.
It
We had to wait months for them to be in the exact same place, and only a day has passed.
right. It's so weird. Like most new seasons of a show, like the summer has happened.
Exactly.
You know, it's like they don't start up right where they
First
left off.
episode of a new season of Friends, it's like, oh, all the stuff we did over the summer.
Right. But nope. They're still making out in Dawson's bedroom when this episode starts.
Yeah.
And
Suddenly you were a character from The Land Before Time for a second.
what?
Nope.
You're such a weirdo.
Okay.
But yeah, like it was so fun watching this with you because
Yeah.
he was just freaking out. Like I didn't even have a chance to get worried or upset because I was so busy laughing at him because he's like, he's gonna fuck it up. He's gonna shut up, Dawson. Shut up.
I'm emotionally invested now. Okay?
Don't ruin it by talking. Just do it. He's encouraging these two 15-year-olds to go have sex. Just do it.
They don't look like they're 15,
But they are.
but they're not also. The characters are, but
Correct. Oh my god, what, you want to watch a porn with Katie Holmes and James Vanderbeek?
wouldn't be the worst porn in the world.
Oh, that's
Katie
weird.
Holmes is very attractive.
She is a very pretty girl. She is. And James Vanderbeek's nice looking.
He's fine.
He's not, the best looking dude, but he's fine.
He's better looking than Ron Jeremy,
Who's that?
famous porn star.
Dawson.
And she's talking about him like he's not even there.
And apparently he's not.
Spoiler
Alerts, he's not.
I don't get that at all. Like, I don't know why you're saying that. I don't know why you said that last night we were watching the show.
Because he just disappears.
And he leaves them a poem and $100. Ghosts don't leave physical items behind.
Yeah, they do. They can.
No.
Yeah.
No.
It's ghost cash.
He's not
Didn't
a
you see
ghost.
that $100 bill? It had Casper on it.
Yeah, so he's doing his own doodling, except he's not doodling, he's
Writing
writing.
a poem.
Yeah.
A
But
weird fucking limerick that relates to his life.
like the whole time Joey's like, yeah, nobody's here except Mr. Bottomless Cup of Coffee.
Yeah,
And like that's so mean.
I guess.
And then Jack's like so much nicer than her. He's like, later also waits until the dude's gone to talk the shit.
Jack's also an asshole.
Well, yeah, I know you're mad at him. But he's like, well, maybe, he just doesn't have anywhere to go, and maybe he doesn't have anybody to spend the evening with, and blah, blah, blah. Like, he realizes this is probably just a lonely dude.
Right.
So maybe don't make him feel like shit, Joey. This poem he left is talking about embracing their, I don't know. Do you remember the poem?
Love. It was something about love, like embrace your love while you have it or whatever. Because my fucking wife died on a full moon just like this 10 years ago or whatever. Ooh.
Yeah, his wife died, not him.
Yeah, but he's dead too. He killed
He's
himself.
not dead.
Killed himself, and he haunts the cove. He died with a $100 bill in his pocket.
Where are you getting any of this?
They come back, and he's gone.
He
Disappeared.
left. He walked his ass
Come
out the door. Come on. Exactly. Come
I
on.
feel like the implication is he's a full moon ghost.
That's weird.
All right.
There's no such thing as a full moon ghost.
You don't know that.
Dawson.
Yeah.
Jack, fucking, I hate Jack.
He is an asshole.
He is an asshole.
But he's like, what, are you mad at me for kissing you? And she's like, yeah. And he's like, I think you're mad because you kissed yourself because you kissed me back.
Oh, yeah, well, so that happens a little bit later.
Oh,
but,
okay.
because they're dancing, and they're vaguely talking about it, and she's like, I don't want to, and Dawson's looking at them, and I thought that it was, all the beans were going to be spilled out here, but it doesn't quite happen here.
Yeah.
But she's like, look, there is no fucking us. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what your problem is. Get the fuck away from me. I have a boyfriend. You knew I had a boyfriend. And she kind of like just stops dancing with him and runs off. And he follows her out into the hallway.
Yeah, she's like, did you not understand I came out here to get away from you, basically?
Yeah. And he's like, that's when he's like, you know, well, why are you so mad or whatever? He's like, I'm mad because you kissed me and I have a boyfriend. And you didn't respect my relationship and you didn't respect me. And I'm mad about that. And all of a sudden he's like, no, that doesn't make any sense.
Which actually it does.
And he's like, exactly. That's the most arrogant fucking thing I've ever heard. And that's like one of those things that manipulative dudes do to fucking try to manipulate a woman. It's like, no, what you're saying doesn't make any sense. It really has to be this. You have to be mad because you kissed me back because you liked it. You want me. You know, like that's where he's going. And she's like, no, fuck you. And then all of a sudden, Dawson is behind them. And he's like, you kissed her? And she runs off, and Jack runs off. And so then Dawson goes back into the dance. And he's like, what the fuck, you kissed my girlfriend? And he's like, yeah, look, I did. It was a full moon. It was a weird night. And I'm not going to apologize for it.
Yeah, he's like, I'd do it again.
Yeah. And then he goes, and, you know, don't play this whole fucking, like, macho thing with us. Like, we're not going to get into a school rumble. Neither one of us are the type. And Dawson hauls back and fucking punches the shit out of him.
It was awesome. He just laid him out.
I loved it.
I was so proud of him.
Me too. Like, absolutely. I wish he had beat him more, but he did enough. I mean, Dawson's not really a fighter.
Yeah. I mean, he knocked him to the ground, and that's all that needed to happen.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he laid him out, for sure.
Dawson.
And then she's like doubting herself, like, should I really give up France? Like, she's like, Joey Potter's staying in Cape Side for some boy. What do you think about that? And he's like, you know, I'm happy about it. Like,
I hated that, though.
What?
I hate, like, they can speak in an erudite fashion or whatever if they want to. I hate when they get so meta and referential and self-referential and stuff like that, where they start narrating their lives in the third person. It's the most pretentious thing ever. Joey Potter's staying in, like, it's like you might as well just look right at the fucking camera at this point. Pull up a leather chair, sit in front of a fireplace,
Right.
smoke a pipe, and be like, Joey Potter's staying in Cape Side. What do you think, viewer? I mean, it's like a kid's TV show at that point.
I didn't love Dawson's attitude about the whole thing.
I did. I thought Dawson's attitude was refreshing.
That he's being selfish as per usual?
Oh, no. What are you talking about?
Well, no, he's like, I'm so happy that you're not going to France. I'd miss you, blah, blah, blah. Like, she had an opportunity of a lifetime, and
Right.
he's like, oh, I'm so happy you gave that up to be with me, with no hesitation. Like,
It's realistic.
I guess.
That's how a 15-year-old boy would react.
I guess. I think it's shit. I think she should have gone to France. I mean,
For an entire year?
well, it's a school year. That's not a whole year. It's 9 months.
Yeah, it's enough time to get pregnant by a French dude. And have a little sacre bleu.
That is true. I don't know. I mean, granted, if she did go, Jen would definitely have gotten him. Whether he wanted to be got or not, she would
shit.
get him.
Yeah, all of us talk about her character. All of a sudden, she's a fucking... She's Jason Voorhees.
She's like
She can't be killed.
she's like frying bunnies in the other room. Like, she is scary in this episode.
Boiling, but yeah.
Whatever.
Just sauteing this bunny here. Pay no attention to me.
Goodness. No, while they're talking, she walks up. She's like, "Oh, hey, how are you guys?" And like,
And they're like, we're good. She's like, my grandpa died.
yeah.
Don't you want to fuck me, Dawson?
Dawson.
So they're in their economics class.
Yeah, economics, I believe it's pronounced.
Okay. And the teacher says there's macroeconomics and
Yes.
microeconomics.
Correct. Yep. Those are the two.
And they're going to explore micro.
And he's like, what's the difference between macro and microeconomics? And Andy, the chick that antagonizes Pacey,
Right.
and vice versa, she's like, hey, can I get, she must be desperate. She's like, can I get your notes?
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, I didn't do the reading. I don't take notes. So I've got nothing to give you. And she's like, oh, I was so busy last night. And I didn't do the reading. And now I don't know. And like, he's going to call on me. He's like, just say pass. She's like, I'm not a pass girl.
I don't say pass.
Dawson.
Do you remember? And
Yes.
not that long ago when you were giving me a hard time. I mean, it was a few months ago, but you were giving me a hard time about how long the months were.
This is okay. So wait 1 second. This is every conversation with Carol, by the way, with no context whatsoever. She'll just start out saying something.
There's context because it relates to what we're talking about exactly. I'm saying, hey, you just pointed out this is the longest month. You remember when you gave me shit because I didn't know what the shortest month was? Because I said something like February wasn't the only month that only had 28 days. And you were like, no, all the months have like 30 days or something or whatever, but that's not true. They're just all longer than February.
When I said that's the point you're trying to make? You fucked up the most basic thing in the world, something that kindergartners know months ago, and you decided to hold on to that and bring it out now.
Your meanness about it is what I held on to.
What I said was every month besides February has at least 30 days. 30 or 31
where
days.
I got caught up before because I thought
30 days hath September, April, June, November. All the rest have 31, except for February.
And you learned this in kindergarten?
I don't know when I learned it, but
Anyway, the longest month of the year.
yeah, this is going to be the longest episode we ever did.
Exactly.
Dawson.
And Dawson kind of reacts to it, but it's like I really wonder where we're at with Dawson and Jen, because obviously Dawson and Joey are broken up for now.
Right.
I don't know if they intend to get them back together at any point, but like he seems kind of jealous, but also like not really. Like, because he sees the light and he's like, oh, that sucks or whatever. But then he's mooning over Joey still.
Yeah, I mean, like, in the moment when he sees the light, it definitely bothered him.
Yeah.
But yeah, he doesn't, like, hold on to it. That's not his biggest worry in the world.
No, he's totally focused on Joey.
Mm-hmm. But, I mean, I don't know. Yeah, I think that it was weird that he cares at all. Like, I literally said when we were watching, I'm like, why the fuck do you care? Because he did act like he cared.
Yeah. But I mean, I guess like just because she's his ex, and like maybe Dawson has this ideal that he thinks everybody should live up to.
Yeah.
That sex should just be about love and romance rules everything, and all these like very touchy, gooey, emotional, like romantic ideas. And he thinks everybody should live up to that.
Right.
And the fact that this guy just wants to fuck and be done, just wants to have sex with as many women as he can. Jen's the next one on the list. And the idea that Jen might also just want to have sex tonight, it doesn't make any sense to him. I don't know if that's what Jen wanted. She sure acted like that's what she wanted.
Yeah.
But, because she looks a little, like, disappointed, I guess, the next day, kind of.
Yeah.
Because the next day he's just like, hey, thanks for a great time last night. And she's like, oh, okay.
And she said, give me a second to get dressed. We can go down together. And he's like, oh, that's okay. I'll meet you down
I'll
there.
get you down there. So it's like he doesn't care about her anymore.
That was a weird, I mean, it's a very subtle conversation, but it did really kind of frame where they're at.
Yeah. But she looked disappointed, like
Yeah.
I said. And it's like, but you said you knew.
Yeah.
And, like, you weren't drunk. Like, you knew, right?
I mean, they were drinking a little bit of wine, and they were only teenagers. They might have been a little drunk.
Yeah, but I mean, not drunk enough.
Yeah. No,
Like,
yeah, they knew what they were doing.
They certainly didn't frame it that way.
Yeah.
That he like got her hammered or anything. It certainly seemed completely like even that conversation with Dawson, like she had complete agency.
Yeah.
She knew exactly what was going to happen, and she made her choice.
Yeah.
And I guess she's just regretting that choice because part of her wants to live up to that Dawson ideal.
Yeah, she doesn't want to act like New York Jen, and she did.
Yeah, and the part of her is New York Jen.
True.
And it's okay to want to have sex just for the fun of it.
Yeah.
When you're a teenager, sometimes, if you're safe, and they showed the Durex condom ripped open. So. They did. They showed the
didn't
wrapper.
even
It's like-
notice that.
They showed the wrapper on his thing just ripped open. Like it was like subtle little like, hey kids,
Use condoms.
Jen and Richie Rich were safe, and you should be too. But then yeah. So the question on the test: how many times have you fallen in love? That's the one that the little girl told him. She's like, hey, your fucking lady there wrote 2. So he's all upset about
Oh yeah, that's what really rocks his world is the idea that Joey was in love with anyone besides him.
Mm-hmm. So he tries to talk to her about it, and she's like, leave me the fuck alone. I said I wanted space. Get away from me.
Although earlier in the episode, that kind of bothered me because she tries to talk to him in the hallway at school. She's
Yes.
like, "Hey, how's it going?" Like,
Yep.
and she's like, "Can't we just be friends or whatever?" And he's like, "You wanted space. I'm giving you space, so leave me alone." Basically,
Yep.
and then she's like doing that to him, and it's like, you can't have your cake and eat it too. Like, she's like, "I want my space." Well, the fuck was this morning then?
Yeah, exactly. But so they all fall asleep studying kind of by themselves. And they wake up at 6 a.m. They're like, oh no. So they have to cram.
Which is, this whole thing is so weird to me. Okay, their test is scheduled for 10 a.m. They are in high school.
Yeah.
This is not college.
Right.
That would make sense if this was college. But no, they wake up at 6. They have 4 hours to study for the test that's at 10. What? When does school start in Cape Side? What the fuck?
Are there any other, like, classes? Because it's not like it doesn't... Nothing in this episode says they go to other classes at
Right.
all.
And yeah, and so they go to show up for the test, and there's a note on the door like, oh, test is postponed to tomorrow because he's sick. There's not a substitute teacher?
And that's what I was thinking, too. Like, that doesn't make any sense. They just like, well, you're not going to class
Yeah.
It totally makes sense in college. It does not make sense for high school.
No, because they're supposed to be accounted for all day long. They're minors.
Yeah.
This show forgets the age that they're working with a lot. So then they all go take a nap on the football field.
Yeah.
The fuck?
But before any of that happens,
Yeah.
they're like Pacey engineers this cram session. And in doing so, I guess, like, Andy falls in love with him again or whatever because he can study.
It's the most. I mean, it makes sense. That would make her wet. Just saying.
But so she apologizes and they kind of make up and everything. And then Joey, after I think it's before they look at the note though, but it's after the study session. She says to Dawson, "Look." Because he blows up at the little girl and everything. She has a conversation with the little girl. And she's like, aren't you supposed to tell me that, like, love's worth it or whatever? And she's like, look, getting older sucks. And she's like, but sometimes it's really cool, too. So they have a sweet little conversation. And then she says to Dawson in the morning after their study session, she's like, look, the 2 times that I fell in love were both you. And she explains how, the crush was one kind of love and everything. And then after they kissed, it was a completely different kind of love. And she saw him in a completely different way and everything. And she's like, just because we're not together, that doesn't mean my feelings have changed for you. This whole thing is like, I guess it makes sense for stupid teenagers, but this whole thing is so dumb. Where it's like, we still love each other, but I need to see who I am. There are ways to explore who you are while you're also in a relationship.
Sure.
Dawson's not like a super controlling dude.
No, but I don't think the problem here is Dawson in any way. The problem is Joey, and Joey doesn't know how to separate herself from Dawson without separating herself completely from Dawson.
Yeah, I guess that's true. She should have gone to Paris.
Yeah.
She could have gone to Paris and discovered herself or whatever, and then come back to Dawson and been fully committed to him.
Yeah, that probably would have been better.
But that is the episode, everyone.
It is.
We didn't go all night, sorry.
And neither would, a bunch of teenagers on a school night normally either, but, it's
shit.
Dawson's Creek. So.
Yeah, they were able to just get into they were able to go to this dude's house, and no one was accounted for, and Jen's grandma never said anything, and Dawson's mom never said anything.
Yep.
And, I guess Pacey's parents hate him or whatever, or don't care about him. And Andy's mom is insane. So
Yeah.
guess that makes sense, but...
Yeah, it was interesting.
But anyway, Carol, tell the people where they can stay up all night and do things for us.
You can write us at latefee1994AOL.com.
Yes.
Check out our website at www.retrolatefee.com.
Da.
And share the tapes with your friends.
See. All right, we'll see you next time, everybody. Bye.
Bye.